You know, we're back, and through the magic of television,
That's correct.
We now have our roasted pork loin, which is absolutely gorgeous, and you made gravy to go with it.
Yeah, the gravy was made simply, if you follow the recipe, by making a roux, butter and flour, cooking the mushrooms into that roux, and then taking the drippings from the pan and putting it into the gravy, and you'll come up with a color that looks like this.
Which is
kind
really
of a reddish color from the
gorgeous.
red wine.
That's gorgeous.
And the chicken stock that was in there.
Right.
And what we're going to do is we're going to cut the string off here,
Okay.
off of the roast pork, so that we can let people taste this.
And they are going to get to taste it.
Right.
Right.
Correct. And when we cut it, what you'll see is the pork and the stuffing,
Let me get you a plate.
so that we can show this. And this one will have a little gravy on it.
Okay.
Just a touch.
Oh,
There
that's
you go.
gorgeous.
There you are.
Okay, who would like to volunteer to eat this? Wonderful. Go ahead. Now, that absolutely looks so gorgeous, and it was so easy to make. Only 1 hour of cooking, 350 degrees, right?
Right, 350.
We want you to try it and tell us what you think. We're back,
Dillard's.
and we're over here with our guest, and ask. This is Robert. This is Beth. This is Mary. What's your name?
I'm Kathy.
Kathy. And you are? Patrick. And Mom? Joyce? Kevin. And they're trying out our pork loin and the Italian stuffing. And tell me what you think of it.
Very good.
Do you like it?
Delicious.
And you know, it's really low in fat and calories. That's the best part. That's what the Chef You and I show is all about, is to cut half the calories and half the fats. We're back, and we're going to do the baked root vegetables from the Southern Living Cookbook, which, you know, I love root vegetables. I love parsnips. I love carrots. I love sweet potatoes, and I love rutabagas. And you actually added more.
Yeah, the recipe that's in the book has 3 vegetables in it, and it's tossed with butter, and it has just salt and pepper. I do a lot more than that to my root vegetables. When I do root vegetables, I usually use the sweet potato, the regular potato, the turnip, the rutabaga, the parsnip, the carrot, onion, sometimes leeks in there, and then I toss it all with herbs of thyme, rosemary, a touch of basil, salt, pepper, in olive oil, and I let that roast. And that's going to reduce the fat a lot more than if we use butter. Okay? And my own personal feeling, when you're roasting something like that, olive oil will lend actually more flavor than butter.
So what we've done this time is we're doing olive oil, and we're using very good virgin olive oil.
Right.
Right. We want to use a bag of parsnips, 1 pound. So I
have 3 parsnips out.
Right.
Okay.
2 large sweet potatoes, and we try to make this simple for you. Absolutely. And then we need vegetable cooking spray, which we have, salt, ground pepper. We're not going to use the butter, right? Fresh chives.
No, we're going to use, right.
And we do have fresh chives.
Right.
And so we have to do this first, right? This is the hard part.
I don't think they're hard, but okay.
Okay. We do have to do this, though, right?
Now I want you to notice how Kathryn peels with a peeler. These things actually are not made for right-handed and left-handed people. Mm-hmm. They're actually made so that you can move up and down like that and peel much quicker.
Isn't that fun? We love doing this. You notice that. But now
Let's see who gets done first.
Okay. And, you know, I've learned so much from you. I feel so good about doing anything today. So that's about it, right?
That's about it.
Okay.
That's how you get it clean on there. And now the parsnips.
Okay.
We're going to go ahead and peel the parsnips. Okay, the rutabaga, I'm going to trim the here and here, and I am going to want to peel it.
Really?
Maybe not. Depends on if it feels waxy or not.
What's the difference between...
Well, sometimes what they'll do is they'll rub wax on here to preserve it.
Really?
And yeah, and to keep it. And this one feels pretty good.
Okay, so
we're good.
We can do that?
Yeah, we're good, just like this. You split it in half. It
Right.
takes a little pressure, okay? Then you want to take it down here again.
Mm-hmm.
And then one more time here.
Mm-hmm.
And then cut it in chunks.
You don't have to...
Not for roasting.
Not for roasting.
This is roasted.
Now, does that come off when it's roasting?
No.
No, not at all?
No. The skin? No. Well,
Okay. Oh,
we'll
those
put it
smell
right
really,
in here.
really good. They have like a sweet smell to them.
I'm going to take these parsnips, and the way we're going to cut these is in chunks,
In chunks.
like that,
Right.
and throw them in.
Uh-huh. And then you also brought potatoes.
Right, I'm going to
Now-
put some red potatoes in there.
Now, are you going to take the peelings off the red
No,
potatoes? Those,
no.
You know, I make those on the grill with carrots and onions, and I never take the peelings off
Correct.
because that's where all the vitamins are.
That's what I've been told all my life.
Right.
And then here's carrots. I like carrots in there. They're another great root vegetable.
Right.
That piece we don't want.
We
That
don't
goes
need
into a
that.
stock pot.
Right.
My friend Mary Padra, who's out in the audience today,
Right.
who is
From Pebble
from
Creek.
Pebble Creek, who
Golf
actually
club.
runs that whole event center, knows
Right.
that I use almost everything.
Yeah, she
Pretty
does.
much. I mean, I have what we call French garbage or wet garbage because I cook everything down to make my stocks.
Yeah, and I do that now thanks to Michael. I never get rid of anything. But I have a question for you.
Want to split this? Go ahead.
On the sweet potato, you wouldn't keep that peeling, would you?
No.
No.
No. There's
And
certain
why?
peelings. Well, it's just the flavor is too strong,
Right.
and it just would not blend well as a
Right.
stock.
Right. Well, everything that you taught me is I used to use those cutting machines to make everything easy for me. But now that I've learned how to use a knife,
She's getting much better.
much better, I don't use the machines as often, which makes it even actually better. You know, I like to use a Cuisinart if I'm in a hurry and I'm doing a lot. And I would buy it from Dillard's. I love your appliance department. I love your, you've just got everything. And one of the things that you have that I told Chef Michael about was you have wonderful warming trays that are three of them together, which would be perfect for, like something like at home.
Turnip.
Turnip.
I love turnips.
I do too. I actually, when I make potatoes, I add a turnip in with them and make a mashed potato and a turnip.
They almost have the smell of a radish.
They do.
And if you look at them, they look kind of like
Kind of like a radish.
a radish
but
in
a big
shape
one.
and style.
Okay.
And then
And-
if you want to add some onion, you can. And we have this onion here. We're just going to take it here. I'll show you what I'll do for the onion.
This looks cool.
This is an easy veggie to do because what you can do is you chop it up like this. It doesn't take that long.
All right.
Here, you get these 4 quarters. Just throw them in there like that.
Great. And
then
it's done.
you're going to take the olive oil.
Oh yeah, that's right. We've got a baking dish to put it on.
Right, but we have olive oil here.
Right.
Okay. And we're going to pour the olive oil on. And then whatever herbs you want to use, whether it's salt and pepper and thyme and basil, garlic, rosemary. I tend to, when I'm roasting vegetables, go with rosemary, thyme, basil. Usually I use garlic.
But because Kathryn's allergic to garlic,
And I
he
didn't
doesn't
use it.
use it very often.
Isn't that wild? Huh? So the rosemary I'll use fresh because it's really pretty much available. The thyme I'll use fresh if I have it. If not, I'll use dried. And basil, both fresh or dried. It depends on if I have it. But if I have it, at least. And what we want to do is mix up the herbs onto the roasted vegetables,
Ooh, that looks good.
like this. And then we want to take the roasted vegetables and put them on a baking sheet.
Right. Oops.
That's okay. Won't hurt a thing.
I know.
We're going to have some extra roasted vegetables
Yeah,
here.
we are.
I can't put those all on there.
No, not.
On this particular baking sheet, I can't get them all on.
So we're going to put them in
And
the
we're going to
oven
put them
right
in the oven
now.
at 350 for about a half an hour. They'll come
Okay.
out and they will be absolutely beautiful.
Okay, I didn't do that right. All right. We're going to take a little short break and we'll be back to give you another taste of the roasted root vegetables. We'll be right back.